Hello coaches, thanks for joining me for another World Cup breakdown. If you're like me, you've just finished up watching Brazil. Absolutely outstanding today. Looking really good to win the trophy. So we'll see how that goes the next couple of weeks. I wanted to go back and share a video that we did with Brazil assistant coach Matheus Bachi back in 2020. We had him on with the podcast, Brazil assistant coach and also son of Brazil head coach Tiche. So you can listen to the full interview on the link below, but what I wanted to do was show a couple of clips relating to three things. One was the team spirit in Brazil, how they deal with the pressure, how that dynamic works. Two was the analysis process that Matheus works through on a game-by-game basis, working alongside the analysis staff and the coaching staff. And then three was working with the players, the mentality of those Brazilian players, what they're like on a day-to-day basis, what motivates them, what drives them, what his insight is on that there. So just some of the highlights of that interview. Again, if you enjoy it, click on the link below, watch the full thing. Also, if you enjoy it, please subscribe and like below, and please check out the new Scanning book, Modern Soccer Coach Scanning, also available on the link below. Here we go. The first question that I wanted to ask you was, when you see the team interact, there's a real focus on togetherness, there's hugs, there's handshakes, there's laughs. Is this something that is unique to just Brazilian culture, or is this something that you wanted to kind of build into the team when you're there together?
We're like that. Brazilian people, we're usually like that. We like to hug, we like to be happy. But in the beginning, it's always like that, you know. When you see your friends coming back together, when you meet new people, but then the harder part is to keep that throughout the way, to keep this environment, the natural feeling of it, you know, to like to be with each other during the tough times and how it's gonna happen, because sometimes you don't have a good day, sometimes you wake up in a bad way. But I think I truly believe that the players felt that the coaching staff and everybody was like, we're here to help you guys, to be ourselves, so let's get it on together, you know. And then they were feeling it, and then since the beginning it just kept it going like that. It was an unbelievable setup for us.
International football is typically hard because you don't see them that often. So how do you build that strength of relationship?
I believe this is something that we started building when we got to Ecuador, when our first matches in the Brazilian national team. We got to Brazil in a tough time. The Brazil was not in the top 5 to qualify for the 2018 World Cup, and then we got there. Like, we had 1 month to prepare to call the players, and then we get to Ecuador. We said, like, look, we have to tell them that they can believe us, but they have to feel it. They can't just listen to it and then we do something that they say, look, I don't trust these guys. So we try to build this environment of confidence and that of trust, that they could feel that they can trust us. So when we had meetings there to talk to each other, say, look, this is not our place, you had to be better than that. We're gonna organize you the way we believe you guys can provide the best football you can give, and then you can feel free to do whatever you think is best for the team. So that's a process. And then throughout that, we started a great run to go to the World Cup. We were unbeaten in the qualifiers and everything. And then it's a long process through tight windows, like you said, because you're not with them every time. But maybe this is something good for us, because we're there 10 days. Everybody really enjoy it. The last match, every time the last match goes off, and we talk to each other, and then we say, look, we wanted to be here more time because it's a nice environment. Everybody likes each other. We're joking with each other. So let's do our best to be here next time. So I think this is a build on from the way we came, and then we start. Every time you talk to them, you earn their trust. You tell them to do something. You show them videos that they have to be better on something, and they understand that we're trying to help them as much as we are trying to help us. And we need them to help us as well. Because in the end, if I do something wrong, it's not going to be just me who's going to fail. Everybody's going to fail. and then we could build this really well, and the team really felt it. And when you said that hug was a really natural one, was nothing forced. But I truly believe Neymar really wanted to be there to be champion in Brazil again with us, and then he was really cheering for us. I believe he was in almost all of our matches throughout the Copa America.
Well, the World Cup pressure has added. I remember the obviously Ronaldo in '98, the World Cup final, then the pre-game against Germany with the national anthems, and you almost felt like they were so hyped up and ready to play. Is there? I mean, how do you? Because emotion is a big part of your pre-camp. Like your father's team talks are highly emotional. So, is there ever a worry about making the emotional message too high, or is that just again part of Brazilian culture?
We try to control that. Something that our pretty much our emotional part, it doesn't come right before the match. Like we have this meeting every game day, but like if our game is at 4, for example, we'll do this talk with. They showed a lot of the emotional part, but it's like tactics as well and the plan that we have for the game. So we usually do this before lunch, so they have a time to sink it in, to feel that emotion, but then to stabilize and then to focus for the task, you know. But we're emotional people here in Brazil, so it doesn't need too much for us to get agitated and something. And that's one thing that when I went to the US, I usually before the matches in Brazil, I used to listen to calm songs just to relax, and then I got there, boom, 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 boom. I said, oh, I'm ready to get a red card for the first 5 minutes. I have to calm down a little bit, you know. So it's different culture, but you adapt, and this is something that we learned, that if we don't take this message right before the match, they can sink it in, they can understand it, and then they just relax. Because I truly believe sometimes the people, the other national team in South America want to make us feel uncomfortable by pushing our nerves. So we have to be focused and concentrated every time to not make mistakes because of that.
We got a little glimpse into the analysis side of it. We saw I loved how the coaching, the analysis department said there was 2 games. There was a game upstairs and a game downstairs. I thought that was brilliant. You're obviously playing a key role in the facilitating that to your father. So I wanted to see whether, do you look for the same stuff every game and give it to him at the same time, or is it different depending on opposition?
It's like me and the other assistant coach, we've been talking throughout the game, and then he comes and asks us something, and then sometimes we cannot see the clear picture here. So we tell the guys upstairs, look, we can see this hole here. We have more space to attack somewhere, we have more space to attack another place, and then it really helps. So it was something that we try to, and sometimes you need the halftime to adjust it. First game against Bolivia, we started a little bit nervous. We felt the pressure. After the 15th minutes, we couldn't score, and then we started to making bad mistakes, not usually the mistakes we do. And then we said, but we could see the space we had, but we cannot do something. And then we talked to Tite, and then he tried to tell them, but then we had to show a halftime to the people upstairs, brought it down, showed us, and then we said, okay, let's do this adjustment. Fernandinho, go a little bit higher. We're occupying the same space. We had to be closer to their goal, and then you can make the adjustment. Sometimes just an insight for the player, and they will help, but sometimes we need a little bit more time. And it depends the match. We don't have like a protocol for that. We're trying to establish, at least we try to say, look, at the first 10, 15 minutes, guys, upstairs, if you see something, let us know. You know, but we don't really just wait for that. Sometimes it's before, sometimes everything is going smooth. We just check something, it's okay, and then we don't give, because he likes to be really focused on what is going on, and we don't like to bring just any information. So when we try to bring something to him, you gotta be straight. It's gotta be spot on, you know.
Yeah, another aspect that I really enjoyed was this word joy. The message of like, you must play with joy. You must play with joy. And that normally doesn't go around or alongside motivation. Joy usually is having fun. Is that just knowing American culture and knowing Brazilian culture? Is that just the difference in the wording of it, or does it mean the same thing and it's still part of your life?
It does mean the same thing, because we know the pressure we have, but we want them to feel this joy that they have playing on the streets as well. We don't want them to be just robots, No, I got a 1-2 touch pass, 1-2 touch pass, 1-2 touch pass. They have to feel that they're really enjoying the game they're playing. They're playing the same. We say, look, sometimes we tell them, think that you're on your backyard playing with your kids. You have responsibilities, but do it with joy, with passion. And that was exactly something that we were talking about the other day in our staff meeting, that sometimes the players all over the world are too much criticized for doing something in midfield, like an effect play, maybe a play over the other guy's head, or a mag, or an effect play, some scissors. And I say, why are we doing that? If sometimes this can be something that you build on as a player. Maybe if you do it right, next time you have more confidence, and maybe the other guy who suffered away is going to say, oh, now I'm going to come back. I'm going to come back. Okay. It's like a mental game as well. And if we're happy doing it, it's going to be even better for us,
That's fascinating. Staying on that mentality piece then with those players, the best players in the world, the Neymars, Dani Alves, what separates them? Like, when you see those players, like, what makes you go, that's why you're playing at the level that you're playing at?
They have that joy, but they're so competitive. They don't want to lose anything. If you're going to play a small side 2v2 just for warm-up, they don't want to lose. They have to win. I'm going to show you I'm better than you. And I'm going to show with my skills. I'm going to show trying to win. If I have to be hard, I'm going to be hard with you. So it brings everybody, they stay the level of focus, and the level of the practice bring it so much higher when you have that mentality between your players. One guy that really stands out on that as well is Felipe Luis. Felipe Luis always brings the practice level so high because of his intensity. He wants to be hard. He wants his teammates to play hard, but he wants the other team to play hard as well. He doesn't want an easy game, So that's what makes those kind of players a little bit different. They take the everyday practice as is a competition. So you're always growing. You don't take anything for granted, You have to be better today. I have to be better today. I have to be better today. But they have something that I completely don't understand, that they are there, and then the practice is over, they go to the other side and they're joking. It's like, how can you be so competitive? Like, in 1, 2, 3 seconds later, you're joking. You're like you're not practicing, and that's fascinating as well.
Love that chat with Matheus. Again, if you enjoyed that and you want to watch the whole thing, it's free. It's on the link below. It's on the Modern Soccer Coach website. When you're there, why not go into modernsoccercoach.com/shop? There's some free resources, and we've also got the new attacking training sessions, and we've also got the new scanning book, so please check out that there as well. Really enjoy watching Brazil. The dynamic between the pressure and that joy factor and the motivation of the players, I find fascinating. Hopefully in the near future we can get Matheus back on, and maybe he can talk about what it's like to win the World Cup, and what that whole experience is like at the minute. So I really appreciated him jumping on that interview. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for the support. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Please like and subscribe below. Thank you. I'll talk to you soon. Goodbye.